looking at some fundamental escapes here that are very helpful, especially when you're starting Jiu-Jitsu, when you're going to find yourself in these uncomfortable, terrible positions and have no idea how to escape or what to do. First of all, we're going to start with, I think, a more unorthodox triangle escape. I call it the charge escape here because essentially what you're doing is pulling the leg down and creating enough of a lever at the bottom of his leg to use your shoulder to charge through and break open the lock and then reset yourself into a position where hopefully you're not being triangled again. So if we're looking at basic triangle, you're in someone's guard, or especially when you're approaching a closed guard. Oftentimes when you're starting out in Jiu-Jitsu, it's a very common habit to let your arms separate and just be wherever, whenever. And really there's no thought as to where your arms should go. But a simple rule that I started following as a white belt because I just hated being triangled so much because really it's just a terrible all-around experience is the 2 in or 2 out rule. Anytime that your arms start drifting in your diagonals, that essentially means that you're in trouble. And at an advanced level, of course, like just don't ever do that, please. Just make sure you keep your arms tight. If they're away from your body, all of a sudden you're getting yourself into dangerous territory. So when I say 2 in, 2 out, say if I'm going for standard double underpass, I'm always going 2 in at the same time. If at any point I feel somebody's onto something, my arms start getting separated, right, and falling into that kind of triangle position, you want to make sure you're preemptive and you either look to sit back and retreat, or your armlet's on the outside, you want to look to get it inside again, right away. And always keep in mind when you feel yourself falling deep into a submission, for some reason people feel like you have to keep driving forward, always know that it's okay to move backwards and retreat. Oftentimes I feel like I get myself into trouble, maybe I messed up, did something silly. Instead of trying to charge my way through it, I'm going to look to use my arms and elbows as frames and get out of the situation and reassess. However, oftentimes, say to your best effort, you end up again in this triangle position, which is not a lot of fun. It really sucks. It's choking you, it's claustrophobic, it's squishing your shoulder and your neck. Not a lot of fun here. So how this charge sweep works is I need first to make sure I start bringing the leg that's over my shoulder to the other side. And I'm going to do that by creating a good frame here, and I'm going to grab whatever I can on his pants. Now my other arm, I'm going to look to grab kind of behind on the shin, and that's going to give me just a little bit of space initially to breathe. Now, the tricky part of this is driving this knee to the ground, and then I want to aim my left shoulder towards the top of his foot. So as I drop him over, I want to get in this position here. Now, with my hands, I'm going to be pushing downwards, and my shoulder I want to try and bring up, and I want to charge into the top of his leg. So my shoulder goes from being essentially down here to me pulling and bring my shoulder up on the end of the lever of the triangle, which will help me bust open the triangle. I then right away retreat out of the position. So we're here, you're in a triangle. So this arm, again, you never want it to come right across. So right away I'm going to shelf it, my elbow on his opposite hip. I'm going to look to grab. I'm going to look to get his hips off the ground initially until I can get my grips. Now from here, I'm going to start driving down. Now I'm going to push with my hands, bring my shoulders up, and I'm going to look to charge into that top part of the leg. Now once I'm here, this elbow, be very careful not let it get pushed across. I'm going to use this elbow just to pin and come out into the position. If you get lazy with this elbow and this arm, all Ryan has to do is push this across, and all of a sudden I'm getting into a back mount, which again is trouble as well. So once you're here, pull, I'm going to drive into that leg. Now this elbow is just going to swim inside. Now I already have 2 out. So I can look to start maybe even passing. I can retreat and reset.